Hey everybody, welcome to episode 141 of Is This Thing Working? How you doing today, Denise?
I'm doing awesome.
Cool.
I really am happy to be here with everyone today on this Tuesday. Down here in East Texas, we're supposed to get some tropical weather, so we'll be watching that today.
Yeah, today and tomorrow, I guess.
Yes, so it's coming from the south this time.
Gonna get some rain for a change.
That's it. That's it. Welcome to the show, everyone. We're going to get into a lot of mishmash kind of news today because it's all over the place. It's from Trump going to have a rally. Polls came out on him, and then we have
to the press secretary lying to us again.
Of course, so we got a big show for you today. But before we start that,
hey, are you looking for your next unforgettable experience? Discover and attend the hottest events in your area with Eventbrite. From concerts to conferences, festivals to fundraisers, Eventbrite has it all. With our easy-to-use platform, finding and purchasing tickets is a breeze. Plus, with personalized recommendations based on your interest, you'll never miss out on an event that's perfect for you. Whether you're a seasoned event goer or just looking for something new, Eventbrite connects you with experiences that create memories to last a lifetime. Download the app or visit their website today and start exploring your world with Eventbrite.
Thank you for supporting our sponsors. We really do appreciate your patience. They help keep the show free. And please click the link below, and it does help us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, before we start our show today, though, we want to state to you that these are our opinions. They're our assertions. And if you agree with us, tell your friends and share the show. And if you don't agree with us, tell your friends and share the show. And also, hey, stomp that like button. Please follow and subscribe wherever you see the name Is This Thing Working? And our podcast is available for download on all platforms like Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Overcast, wherever you listen to your podcast.
Also, download that Rumble app so you can follow the show and you will receive instant notifications when we go live, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And when you've downloaded the Rumble app, please look us up on our channel, Is This Thing Working? And hit that follow button. Thank you. Let's get on with the show.
All right, here we go. What's the first thing we do? Everybody at one time?
Trump watch. There we go. Like we said, there was an interesting poll that came out from The Economist yesterday. The Economist forecast chance of winning for President Trump over Biden, 72%, which is a new high for President Trump. The trends in May, Trump was 55%, Biden was 44%. June 5th, Trump was 61% to Biden's 39%. They are forecasting at this time, if the election was held today, the electoral votes that President Trump would get would be 306 to Biden's 232.
Which would be a total, a big, huge victory. That's a lot of electoral votes. And not only that, you talk about the vote margin in the swing states, which they always talk about as the most important ones. This is important to point out, too, here, is that in Georgia, Trump would be up +4. In Arizona, he'd be up +4, +3 in Pennsylvania, +3 in Nevada and Wisconsin. And then in Michigan, he's still up by 2.
So isn't that wild, man?
Those are the states to watch as always, because you know how that goes.
Yes, they are to watch because, like James says, everyone knows how that goes. We don't have to speak it, right?
Yeah, and they're panicking because they're already coming out, and you see it on Twitter a lot of people are already coming out and going, well, the Wisconsin is turning left. Wisconsin is turning left, and they continue to say that as though it's true when we know that it's not. And speaking of Trump and Wisconsin, he's supposed to be there today.
Yes, he is, in Racine. And I have this article by The Independent that goes on to say Republican rallies in Wisconsin after Milwaukee jibe as poll reveals impact of guilty verdict. So what do you think? You think the polls are more toward President Trump now that he's been found guilty?
Well, sure it has. Sure it has. And why wouldn't it? Think about this, and we've seen this over the years. You see crime shows all the time where people are convicted of a crime when you sit here and watch every bit of this and you go, there's no evidence. Matter of fact, we watched a show last night like that where they convicted this guy of murder and he wasn't even at the scene. They couldn't find DNA of him. The stories that were told, there was absolutely no evidence, long story short. absolutely no evidence.
Yeah, it's one of
But
those
what did
things
you
where they
wanna
kept
do?
accusing each other. People love doing something, but never had any evidence
Right.
for them.
And but as you watch those kind of shows, you know, you sit there and you see it happening, and you immediately begin to support that guy because he's being done wrong by the institutions. He's being done wrong by the Department of Justice. He's being done wrong. And so why wouldn't you support President Trump more and more when you see this happening to him?
That's
I
right.
mean, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? And you can tell by all the rallies that he's been having all over the place. I mean, what went on this past weekend in Detroit,
Yeah.
you know, those weren't rallies. Those were just people coming to events for President Trump, you know, but he has a rally in Racine, Wisconsin today. The question around this, you know, and a sizable number of U.S. citizens, including independents, question whether the outcome was the result of a fair and impartial process. And they're talking about this court case that he just went through.
The hush money.
The hush money case. It says, however, most respondents rejected the idea that the prosecution brought by Manhattan's District Attorney Alvin Bragg to help Joe Biden by smearing his opponent and keeping him cooped up in court and away from the campaign trail. But 1 in 5 Americans said they were less likely to support Trump for president in November as a result of the verdict. You know, but you look at this poll that we just looked at, and that's false.
I could give you real life examples of the 1 in 5. I guarantee you, I could give you real life. I could go out right now and walk up and down the aisles of the grocery store, and I guarantee you, I couldn't find 1 in 5 that would tell you that.
That's exactly right. Everybody I talk to is going to vote for President Trump.
Exactly.
There is nobody out there
that I've seen
that is voting for Biden. And then the Biden campaign wants to come out and add more stuff to the debate that's coming up in June.
Yeah,
June 27th.
Yeah.
Then they go on to say Trump's debate dilemma, to participate or not. There has been speculation and debate about Trump's participation. Some users on X, they argue that Trump should not participate due to perceived advantages for Biden in the debate rules, such as muted microphones and no live audience. See, the rules for the CNN debate, here's what they are. One is mics cut off when not your turn to speak. And they say that advantage is for Biden. Number 2, no live audience. Again, advantage for Biden.
2 commercial breaks, advantage Biden. No pre-written notes would definitely be advantage for President Trump.
And then another one came out yesterday where they want him to be seated. They want Biden to be seated and want Trump to go along with that now, to sit down. Because Biden, I guess, can't stand up for 2 hours.
Because he's fit to be president.
Oh,
yeah.
He's definitely sarcastically fit to be president. Yeah. I mean, after everything that we've seen all over the weekend, we've seen great things that's going on with President Trump. And then you see Biden, you know, and everything that's been going on with him and all the videos of him freezing. And
do they allow earphones in a debate? Is that already not a rule? I mean,
I don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he will have something in his ear. Back in 2020, we thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Remember, I can remember having that discussion about
them feeding him answers.
Them feeding him answers and telling him what to say. So I would not be surprised if that goes on.
Do you think he's even got the brains enough now to even repeat what somebody said to him through an earphone?
Well, he certainly can't read it off of an index card.
Yeah. But hey, as we learned yesterday, because KJP wagged her finger at everybody and said, "Don't believe your lying eyes, man."
I know.
Yeah.
With all the videos that came out with him freezing.
Yeah. And that's what she was talking about, was him freezing on stage at the event this past weekend, and Obama having to grab him by the hand and pull him off the stage. And basically Obama even reached up and patted him on the back and continued to guide him out the door. Well, KJP gets questioned about it yesterday. And so during a press conference, this is from Gateway Pundit, and it made me laugh because it says, during a press conference, DEI, White House Press Secretary KJP, lashed out at conservative media outlets for circulating what she described as cheap fake videos of Joe Biden looking old, feeble, and senile. The controversy centers around a video clip that went viral depicting Biden being led off stage by Barack Obama after freezing up at a Democratic fundraiser. Have you seen a video of Joe Biden in the past 10 years that he didn't look old, feeble, and senile?
I mean, and they're not even bringing up what happened over there at the G7.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
she does. She does. She
does
kind of.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she brings it up. Here, let's check out this video. You can hear what she said yesterday. Hold on, watch this. And she tells you just don't believe any of this. Here we go.
Ironically, several recent sheep fakes actually attacked the president for thanking troops. For thanking troops. That is what they're attacking the president for. Both in Normandy, this happened, and again in Italy. Oh. And I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
I just don't even know. Sometimes there are no words for, your lying eyes.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And the thing with that is she brought up the G7 thing where they were standing out there, and he turned and he walked over toward those soldiers that were there. I think they were rolling up parachutes or whatever they were doing. You couldn't really tell in the video. And she tried to say it as though he walked over there to talk to them. Sure, I'll give you that. He did walk over there and talk to him, and that's exactly what the video looked like. But the point is he couldn't even remember or pay attention to what they were doing at that moment, and he turned, regardless of what he was doing, what his intentions were. You couldn't even hold his brain in focus long enough for him to stand there and do what they were out there to do.
Concentrate on what they were doing.
Exactly.
Exactly. I liken him to a child.
That's exactly what he acts like.
He acts like a child who he has to be led around. And that, and that's what, like you said, that's the point. That's what they're not telling you, that this is what's going on. They want to come out and say that these are all bad, cheap, fake videos, and, the bad actors are talking bad about Biden. Well, yeah, he looks like a child, and he's the leader of the free world.
He looks like an old, feeble man. And there again, like the video that we're discussing here, him being on stage and the band is back in the back and they're playing and the crowd is, yay, and all this. And he's standing there and he freezes and he has this grin on his face like a child would if he was amazed that a crowd of people were sitting there clapping for him, and he would just stand there. He wouldn't know what to do, and all he could do was just stand there and smile. And that is exactly what he looked like.
Yes. Totally. He totally was not in control of his faculties as an adult.
No, he wasn't. Not at all. Not as even a kid, but that's what he acted like. And
and it isn't even about dancing, because they keep coming out saying, well, he wasn't dancing. Well,
that was at the Juneteenth thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was one of the videos that she referenced was, him not dancing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so he's not dancing. Well, I never really thought anything about the not dancing thing because,
a lot of people
won't. Some people won't. I might sit there and bob my head and do all that. But it looked like the people standing next to him was trying to force him to do the dancing thing. And I think he just looked like a petulant child and said, I'm going to stand here and grin and do what I want.
Exactly.
That's kind of how I see how he acts. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. Right. I want to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do think that they overwatch him constantly. And so he makes gaffes because they overwatch.
Yeah.
And it works back and forth, but both ways, I think. He is an old man acting like a child right now. And then at the same time, they are overwatching him.
He was an old man coming into his term.
Yes.
And think about this. The instances that we've seen where he gaffes all the time because he forgets what he's saying or he doesn't know what he's saying. The Easter Bunny thing, remember? When the Easter Bunny had to come grab him and pull him away. Mm-hmm. You've had that. You've had countless times where he's turned the wrong direction on stage just over and over. And, it's like the emperor has no clothes. I mean, really. And he's we all see this. We all know. Quit
Yes.
lying to us. We are not stupid. Right now, the only person that looks stupid in all of this is, in my opinion, is KJP for standing there and trying to defend this.
You know, not talking about anything good about Fox News, but they did bring up a good point.
What's that?
And that point was that she had to read out of the book to
Yeah.
say that.
To say that. Exactly. Exactly,
like
man.
that, just like Biden. Biden has to read off his index cards. She has to read everything out of a book. It is so scripted, it's unreal. The whole administration is one big Hollywood script.
And this is, and I was going to say, that's how far in the tank that she is and they are, is that she can sit there, flutter her eyes, lie to you, look you dead in the eye and lie to you, man. And, not even like laugh it off and go, oh, man, I'm just bullshitting. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I know it. I know exactly what you're saying.
Or saying this absurd thing and then going, psych, something. You almost expect that, but they don't. They just keep on lying. And it is wild.
What I thought was really funny, though, that came out this morning is the Associated Press is, fact checking everybody on viral videos of Biden freezing up on stage. I think it's hilarious. They claim that Biden froze on stage during his fundraiser was not that. No, it wasn't that. It was that Biden paused amid cheers and applause as he exited the stage with his predecessor following an interview by late night host Kimmel. So, in other words, they were just really close and, wanted to be touchy-feely.
Lies. Because we all seen it. It was awkward. Barack was like, oh, man, we stood here too long. Let me get him. And he grabbed him by his arm and turned him around and walked him off the stage. That's the truth.
He led a child off the stage. That's
Quit.
exactly what happened. Obama led a child off the stage. And that's what it looked like. And you can, can bash conservative media all you want. Democrats, please. Common sense tells you that a strong president of the United States would not need to be led off stage at any point ever because they have to look strong.
It doesn't matter if it's the president. It doesn't matter who it is. If you can't stand there and get enough brain power to go, oh, we're fixing it. We got to leave. That was our cue to leave. And at least look around and go, oh, shit, everybody else is leaving. I need to leave too. If your brain can't function that much,
right,
then you don't,
Yes.
Then
it's a serious business, folks, because this guy is supposed to be the leader of the free world, and he is not leading anything.
No, we're leading and being the laughing stock for him, and the rest of the countries of the world are taking advantage of us, and that has got to stop. Transform your business with Shopify, the leading e-commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs of all levels. Shopify makes it easy to create a stunning online store with customizable templates and a user-friendly interface. Manage your inventory, process your payments, and track your sales, all from one seamless dashboard. With built-in search engine optimization and marketing tools, you can reach more customers and grow your business faster. Plus, Shopify's secure and reliable hosting ensures your site is always up and running, backed by 24/7 customer support. Join over 1 million businesses worldwide who trust Shopify to power their online stores. Start your free 14-day trial today at Shopify.com and see how easy it is to sell online, in-store, and everywhere in between. Take the next step toward e-commerce success with Shopify.
Thank you. Click that link below. At the White House today, Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will mark the 12th anniversary of DACA. That's Obama's DACA, the Dreamers, with an East Room event at 2:45 p.m. today. Then later they will campaign. They'll have a campaign reception, and then they will travel to where they go at least twice a week, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. That's their favorite place to go. But Joe Biden is planning to announce a sweeping new policy Tuesday that would lift the threat of deportation for hundreds of thousands of people married to U.S. citizens, and aggressive election year action on immigration that is sought by many Democrats because, Democrats can't win on any policy whatsoever that they have put out here the whole time that they've been in office. They can't win. So they're using illegals that are here, and they are here illegally.
The replacement theory.
The replacement theory.
And this is what we talked about yesterday with the questioning of whether you're a U.S. citizen at the DMV and also being registered to vote. So that's a lot of what this is all about also. And how convenient that they're going to celebrate DACA and at the same time offer deportation protection for young undocumented immigrants or illegal aliens, according to 3 people that were briefed on the White House plans. This policy will allow roughly 490,000 spouses of U.S. citizens an opportunity to apply for parole in place program, which would shield them from deportations and offer them work permits if they have lived in the country for at least 10 years, according to 2 of the people briefed. They are doing each and everything they can to invade our country with illegal immigrants and migrants, and they're doing everything they can to change the demographics to remain in power.
Yes, everything that they can. They're buying votes like they always do, like they did with the student loans. They're really running out of things to do. And this is going to be fought in court. And, what's really crazy is there's a 3-year extension is what it is. So they have 3 years to become a citizen of the United States.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, they have to still go through all the rigmarole and all that kind of stuff, but they're going to probably get a letter saying, hey, we are trying to do this for you, but we can't yet. But vote for me. So I'm sorry. This is once again, another way that the Democrats think that this is a winning issue. And they're going to find out on November 5th that it is not a winning issue.
And I seen a poll from earlier, too, that said 56% of Hispanic Americans support deportation, and 63% of all Americans support deportation.
Yes.
So,
and all of a sudden the Democrats are out crying.
Bring them here. We'll send them home.
Yeah.
That ought to be the goal.
Once again, these executive orders that Biden continues to just throw out there, even when people know that isn't what we want, that isn't what anyone wants, you know what I mean? So what are they going to do with Biden? There is a report out right now that there's a secret Democrat plot to get rid of him, to replace him.
You bet
it's been revealed. The Daily Mail reports to us that the secret Democrat plot is to replace Biden, and it's revealed. Here we go. It says here, nearly every time President Joe Biden appears in public these days, he fuels the chatter. Will aging Joe bow out of the 2024 race? Will he be forced to step aside? In this latest incident, former President Barack Obama was seen on Saturday. Of course, we talked about this, reaching for his hand and walking him off. And just like they say, seemingly guiding the 81-year-old commander-in-chief off the stage at a Los Angeles fundraiser. So let me tell you, folks, would you be wanting to vote for this?
Yeah. Would you?
Child?
And that's been the most absurd part about all of this.
And then KJP, like we said, comes out and tells, oh, well, you didn't see what you seen. But then all of a sudden, we're going to have all these articles telling you, hey, you've seen this happen, so we're going to get rid of him, and all of a sudden what we hear, a fundraiser that's fixing to happen with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Washington, D.C. today. That's where the fundraiser is going to be that Joe Biden is going to be at. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, there's going to be a last-ditch effort by Biden backers to silence his critics. And if he does not do something good at this debate, he's gone. What you want to bet?
I'm pretty sure of it. It's going to be interesting, too, though, because we still haven't figured out if President Trump is going to go to jail on July the 11th.
I know.
You've got that coming. Then you've got the debate also. You've got that. It's definitely going to be interesting how all this plays out. If President Trump went to jail and they thought that would continue to help the Democrats, would they keep Joe? Because Joe's just a puppet anyway.
Well, he is, but, their thought is, and the reason why they've kept him on is because Joe supposedly beat President Trump in 2020.
Yeah.
Well, you know how he beat him, right? Everyone knows how he beat him, but what's weird is the only people who could force him out right now would be Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer all at one time going in there together doing an intervention. That's what the Democrat strategist told the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
It would have to be the four of them collectively, and the process would be a high risk. One consultant described the difficulty level of replacing their candidate as similar to trying to turn that doomed container ship that careened into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore in May.
Hey, man, here's the way I see that meeting going down is that Obama, Clinton, Schumer, and who was the other one?
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi, yeah. All four of them walking in there and telling him, hey, Joe, if you don't get out, we're going to tell everything we know on you and we're not going to protect you anymore and your ass is going to jail.
I wonder if they have to do something like that.
And they tell him, hey, if you stay in,
good point.
Yeah, if you stay in, your ass is going to end up in jail over this. We'll have you out by the November election, guaranteed anyway. So go ahead and bow out now, and if you do, we'll protect you. I wonder, you know what? I could see it going down that way,
I wonder,
too, man.
it's going to get really heated between now and July 11th.
Yep.
Especially. It's going to get pretty crazy.
And you brought up a real interesting point about this. They mentioned these four people, Pelosi, Schumer, Obama, Clinton, and you brought up this point. Are they talking about Bill and Barack, or are they talking about Michelle and Hillary?
This is what's confusing to me. There's been a lot of conjecture, but there was a political columnist, Joe Klein, theorized in a recent newsletter that if Biden were to stand down, only a vigorous young candidate, don't ask me who, could win over the country with a single convention speech in August.
Well, that takes Hillary out of that question.
And Obama's not young either.
Yeah.
I guess she is younger.
Yeah, he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama, Michael Obama, whatever her name is anymore. I don't even know. But this is going to be interesting to watch. Someone pointed out, though, that about trying to get rid of Biden might be a little more difficult than they're letting on.
Larry Schweikert on Twitter wrote, he had a great thread about this 2 days ago, and it talked about this. If you go to replace Biden, is this even a possibility? He brought out some good points, and I'm just only going to bring out about 3 or 4 of them. He said if you're going to replace him, you have to work backwards from the date of the early absentee ballots being mailed out. Once these go out around October 7th in most counties who send them out, any change is impossible. By which I mean, if Biden's name is on a ballot that goes out, they cannot get that back. Moreover, per county election official, if Biden is not on the ticket, any ballot that comes back with his name on it is not counted. So if any time after October 7th, Democrats risk roughly 30% or more of their total votes for president by being not counted, that would give President Trump a 50-state victory in the Electoral College. But wait, you have to keep going backwards. October 7th is when ballots go out. But before they go out, they must first be printed. This takes at least a week, maybe 2, depending on the county's printer. So here we are at September 25th, October 1st. But wait, before they can be printed, they must first be approved by all campaigns and candidates for such things as spelling or making sure that they have the correct person running for the correct office. However, now, this proofreading needs to be completed quickly, and usually no more than a week is allowed. That puts us at September 17th. In many counties, the final primary results are considered if they occur late in the season. I think Arizona has an August primary, for example. But wait, for the candidate's campaign to approve the ballots, they must first see them. That requires at least a week to 10 days, or September 8th to the 10th. But wait, for the candidate to receive the ballot, to proofread and approve, they must first be printed and mailed. Now you're at September 1st to August 25th.
I was thinking it was mid-August.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So are you seeing the clock here? He said they basically have until late August to ditch rutabaga and start a new campaign. We're talking thousands of county offices, tens of thousands of staffers, recruits, because everyone won't automatically just transfer from rutabaga to whomever. especially if it's Hillary or Kamala.
Yeah. You know what? As I
So-
was reading all this, I just have to say this real quick. You know what this mail-in ballot thing has done to them now?
Yes.
It's
yes, it
really
has. Put them
hurt
in a
them.
pickle.
It's put them in a pickle because, and all these early voting for months on end.
The primaries.
Look at this.
Exactly. And if I'm a Democrat primary voter that happened to vote for Biden, if my brain was mush too, and I went and voted for Joe Biden, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah,
I'd be pissed.
I would too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and not just that, is Biden has campaign workers he's been paying, and a lot of people behind his campaign, and just to automatically, where's this money going to come from? Because they donated to Biden's campaign.
Exactly, and that's what the whole point of this is from what we're understanding with this is the FEC is going to tell them no. Because you can't take that money from Biden's campaign and just shift it to another candidate and be fine. How are you going to do your fundraising?
See, the thing about it is,
another question.
And you have to think back, and you have to think about it for, I guess, sit back and kind of look at it from the open. And here we go. What's going to happen? This is my conspiracy theory, because the Democrats don't vote for person; they vote for party. The money is the same way. They don't give to person. They give to party. So do you think that the Democrats, this is what's going to come out. They're going to try to do this, and they're going to have no choice. They really have no choice but to get Biden out of there, especially if he crashes in these debates. They have no choice whatsoever. So they're going to show the world that it isn't the person anymore. They're going to come out and they're going to show everybody, hey, we've been showing you everything else that we do, the lawfare and everything. You can't not put it past them to do this and say, hey, that's our choice. We have power. No one can fight us. Let me see that lawfare. Let me see what you do. And the FEC is on their side. All the federal judges in Washington, D.C. are all on their side. The DOJ is on their side. They're doing the election integrity on their side. I'm telling you, they would make it work for them. They don't give a crap about you.
Is this thing working?
Rise up.
Well, hey, everybody, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Hope you've learned some things about what's going on around us in the nation and in your communities. We couldn't do this without your continued support either. We appreciate all of you showing up, taking the time to listen to us today. So please, like I say, make sure to hit the like button, share our show with all your friends. We'll see you next time on Is This Thing Working? And as always, I'm James, and that's my lovely co-host over there,
Denise.
and we'll see you next time.
We're out.